morning, Andrew.
Morning, Vincent.
All right, Mr. Wok, keyword
Yes.
for today, pretty long one.
That's right.
Dissatisfaction. Oh,
That's right.
I should probably do it like this. Dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
And key question,
Yep.
how many S in this word?
2 S's in the first 4 letters.
I
in
cannot
case
trick
you were
you.
wondering. Yeah.
At the end.
There's another S that pops up
But,
again later.
Yeah, because it started with this,
Yes,
not DI.
that's correct.
Because satisfaction has an S,
Yes.
so it must be DIS, satisfaction.
That's it.
Like DIS in mantling, dismantling.
Yeah, because you wouldn't, the opposite of mantling.
Yeah, otherwise it will be DI,
Yeah.
as in
2 satisfactions.
dioxide.
Yeah. So, 2 of something. Okay. So double dissatisfaction is apparent with the people of Hong Kong because on taxis in Hong Kong, and this all plays into the big Uber story of last week, and it is ongoing.
Your buddies.
My buddies, yes.
Make the headline.
Some old friends of mine from the Lion Rock Institute. Get a good zoom in there. I say buddies because I'm a director on the board and a co-founder of the organization. Wow, 11 years ago. And still going strong. And Andrew Shun, one of my co-founders, is now the interim executive director.
Yep.
And they were making the head of the news last night, late news. They were the lead story. And then again in the front page of some of the papers today, talking about the results of their survey of how people feel about their taxi service.
Oh yeah.
And they did this, I think, a couple of weeks ago. And the idea is, of course, everybody's looking at Uber. And everyone's like, oh no, we gotta protect the taxi drivers, protect the taxi drivers. And the message that comes across from the survey is at the expense of the consumers who are clearly not happy. And, there's 2 issues here. One is, some people believe in this idea of a social contract, and other people believe in individual freedoms and liberties. Mm-hmm. On the side of the social contract, the taxi drivers have this licensing system monopoly with the assumption that they are going to live up to a certain standard of service.
Hence the license.
But the consumer part of this, they don't feel like the deal is being kept. The results of the survey were that 2 in 5 people were extremely dissatisfied, right, expressing their dissatisfaction to our friends at Lion Rock. Over 69% said they had been denied service.
No, not towards, but to.
2, yes. 2, yes. 69% said they had been denied service. Technically, they're not allowed to do that. That's part of the deal with them having a license. And 70% said they had had the experience where they got into a taxi, and they were like, oh, I don't know where to go. Hello, in the age of GPS and Google Maps, and taxi drivers are supposed to know their jurisdiction, whether it be Hong Kong Island, Kowloon or New Territories. Not acceptable. So, people are very unhappy, and this is why even people who don't use Uber are upset that the government is shutting Uber down. Right? Now, that's on the social contract side. On the individual freedoms and liberty side, there's another argument to be made, which is, hey, government, get out of the way. Right? So I was looking this up, and this is going on all over the world with Uber. Waterloo, Ontario, Canada.
Yep.
And there was an administrator there. So in Toronto, they tried to ban it, and the courts came back and said, you can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's essentially unregulated in Toronto. But in Waterloo, they said, okay, we'll regulate, right? Which is some other people are looking at now. And in Waterloo, one of the public administrators there, he made this comment that was like, well, if you provide you provide something to somebody else, you should be licensed. Really? So like when I was 15 years old cutting grass, I should have been licensed. Like every kid that's delivering newspapers. I mean, everybody has to be licensed if they ever provide a service. Like
in a way, yes. But in a way, if you are providing travel services.
Right.
Or in this case, transportation services.
Yeah.
Then there's a need for you to provide insurance. I think that's the key. But I think it's too simple an argument. I mean, you can still buy insurance from your insurer if you want.
Yeah.
But I think the key of the licensing issue has not been thoroughly discussed, and I think the government should be responsible for not explaining it clearly and leaving the task to all the taxi drivers and their unions or their associations per se. It's not formally a union. I think the licensing is not only about the quality of services provided.
Right.
I think there are at least...
Safety?
No. I think there are at least 3 reasons for the government take a hard stance on that.
Yeah.
First one is, and utmost reason, is that they need to control the number of commercial users' car during daytime.
Why?
Because the transport department is also responsible to estimate the usage.
How many cars are on the road?
Yes.
And so they want to ration it?
Yes. So they ration it.
Which they do through taxation, primarily.
Yes, but if they are granting more licenses to the cars through Uber, then the whole modeling will fall apart. Just like this car. Like this car.
Interesting you should bring that up.
Yeah, just like this car.
Yeah.
We can't get a car like this.
Right.
Specifically, the transport department grant the license of such display car to specific companies, namely 2 or 3.
Okay.
And then we can only rent it because they have to control the use of such cars. So I think that's one major reason.
I'm going to refer people. There's been a study that was done in New York recently, and it was exactly on that issue. Was Uber putting more cars on the road? And they found that wasn't the case. They found that it wasn't increasing. While Uber is out there, they've been taking a certain amount of business away from the yellow taxis. In Manhattan, private car hire in a variety of forms. Uber, they have some other kind of green car thing that they're doing in the non-Manhattan parts of New York City. But they found that it was not putting more cars on the road. So, I mean, if the transport department's trying to do control, that's one thing.
Yeah, but they have to do modeling. They have to do modeling before they can arrive to such a decision, right?
So 3 reasons. Number one was the social contract
usage,
right?
Usage of roads,
quality of service. Number two, cars on the road. That was number 2.
No, number 2. I haven't go to number 2 yet.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, I think. It is a policy change.
Right.
It is a policy change.
Okay.
And that leads to number 3 as well.
Okay.
The policy is they want to be unbiased.
Okay.
Towards different types of transportation.
Right.
Or try to be unbiased, or act like unbiased.
Okay.
So if you approve Uber formally or endorse Uber officially.
Right.
Then basically you are helping people who would like to take taxi service because you are now introducing a competitor to taxi service, right?
Yes, but I don't think that's favoring Uber. I think it's just
not favoring Uber.
People
I mean favoring people who take taxi or who might take taxi in this case.
Okay.
Whereas the government does not have that policy in place.
Okay.
If they want to have such a policy in place, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. Maybe we should.
Okay.
But if they want to have such a policy in place, then they should do a formal public consultation. And I'm quite sure by then, the bus companies, the minibuses.
So you're saying that by kind of giving Uber free rein, they would be encouraging more people to take private hire cars, and maybe not buses or MTRs or trams.
Yeah. So
or whatever.
Yeah. Or even MTR could object to that.
Yeah.
Although I don't see their market overlap.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is right or wrong. Maybe we should. Because I can't see any taxi right now.
But you're saying that could be the policy.
But if they want to do a formal policy on that, it's a major deviation from the existing policy. Then they should do a public consultation. You see? I
get where you're going. I come from the school of leave them all alone.
Yeah, I know.
Less government action is better. But I see
if there's a public consultation, you should write in that just leave it all alone.
Okay.
But right now, there's no leave it all alone policy. You see?
Agreed. Yes. Okay.
Last but not least, the third reason,
which
I cannot find an answer, is the government actually has an overriding policy of encouraging everyone in Hong Kong to take public transport, the mass transit system.
Yes.
So by granting Uber the rights to operate for all types of cars, it's a major deviation. If not, they can argue it's a 180-degree
so because it's not public transport. They don't want everybody riding around in nice cars.
Obviously, the government is favoring MTR.
Yeah.
You can see the policy is heavily biased towards MTR. So granting Uber this right will deviate from this grand policy. This I cannot figure out a way to solve it because the government will have a very hard time to explain this change in policy. And this is beyond even public consultation. You see that these 3 points is what this show is about. Policy discussion, discourse in opinions. Okay. But I don't have a stance right now.
Right.
So you're saying I have to declare I seldom take taxi because I drive. So
are you an Uber driver?
No.
That would be a disclosure. That would be a disclosure.
No, I'm not an Uber driver.
You're not an Uber driver.
Yeah, so I have to disclose I'm not an Uber driver. I don't take taxi. I seldom take MTR. Yeah. So that's why I haven't formed a view, because I can take it. I can analyze it from a distance.
You know, I've written about this. I get very in terms of my disclosure, but I can't because I use a BlackBerry and they don't have a BlackBerry app for Hong Kong, which I'm a little bit, you know, come on guys, come on. Like I was like, you know, come on, all the well-heeled bankers and all this, they want to have it on their BlackBerry and they want to charge it to their company. Right? So Uber, come on, BlackBerry. I know you got your hands full right now, but get some programmers on it.
You know what? They are American. And BlackBerry is from
Canada.
You see.
Yeah, but the Americans love BlackBerry. You know, even Obama. But,
yes, of course.
Yeah, remember he's a big Obama. So it was just to bring it all back and wrap it up. You've presented some very interesting points about how people inside government would think about it, which I think is valuable, which I didn't have because I always come at it from the government, just leave it alone. Why can't you just leave it alone? But you've given me some perspective on that. Yeah. So
if we want to convince the government to do a public consultation, we better solve these three questions that I've raised first. But I agree with you. Yeah. Most of the time, if not 99% of the time, it's better to leave it alone.
Yeah. Yes. And just to wrap up,
I agree with you completely.
And just to wrap it up, I will go with my the Andrew Shun quote that we tweeted yesterday on the Lion Rock on the Harbor Times Twitter account when we got it from him. Free Uber.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Liberate.
There you go. Yes. There you go.
Thank you, Andrew.
See you tomorrow.
Cheers.